Coverage you can count on. This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
So far, only about 10% of Lubbock Power and Light customers have picked a new electric provider. The shopping window in this retail electric competition closes on February 15th. So after everybody chooses where they want to go, what happens to LP&L?
Well, LP&L will no longer purchase power. It will still maintain the electric infrastructure. KCBD News Channel 11's investigative reporter Shaylee Kidwell has more on the future of LP&L and a breakdown of your bills.
Karen and Abner, to better answer these questions, it's helpful to understand the breakdown of your current rate with Lubbock Power and Light. As Matt Rose with LP&L explains, your rate is made up of two parts.
1/3 of your rate is what it costs us to deliver your power. And that process includes maintaining all of the electrical equipment that we do today, the salaries of the employees that make it happen, the cost of the equipment itself. Every single thing that we do in our business, maintaining Lubbock's electrical grid, comprises 1/3 of your rate. 2/3 of your rate today is what it costs me to buy power on your behalf.
Now that Lubbock has entered the open market, LP&L will no longer be a retail electric provider, but it will still be responsible for making sure the electricity makes it to your home or business safely.
If you think about it this way, it doesn't make a lot of sense that you would have 20 or 30 providers in a competitive market and that each one of those providers would be building wires to your home.
Rose says this would create an unnecessary spider web of infrastructure. In order to continue to handle everything involved with its delivery services, LP&L will charge ratepayers 6.442 cents per kilowatt hour. You won't receive a separate bill for this delivery charge. It will be included in the bill you receive from your new electric provider.
When you get your bill from your new provider, it will include all in. It'll include our delivery charges. Today, when you go out to the powertochoose.org and type in a Lubbock zip code and see all of the offerings, each and every one of those offerings already includes our delivery charge as a part of it. And so that's the role that we will play going forward, and customers need to know that they're not paying twice, they're not double paying.
Since LP&L will only continue with this portion of its services, Rose says its budget will be cut in half.
Our overall budget's a little over $300 million. When we make this move, our budget's going to go down to a little less than $150 million because we're not buying power. But you still have that core cost to maintain the infrastructure. And the nice thing is that now that we've moved into ERCOT and we have all these transmission lines that we're now getting paid for across the state of Texas by all the ratepayers, that's additional cash that we can put into infrastructure projects going forward.
LP&L's integration into the ERCOT system raises questions about the future of its 3 power plants.
While they have run, they really have diminishing returns in terms of what they can produce, and every single time we get a chip or a nick or something that shuts them down, it equals several $million in order to repair it, and you just get to a certain point where you say, for the benefit of our customers, it's not economically feasible to keep these open.
Rose says they have worked over the last several years to shut down those plants, and as of October 1st of last year, they are officially closed. Rose says they will put the facilities on the open market, but if there are no buyers, they will look into selling these units in pieces. With LP&L closing down part of its business, what happens to all of those employees?
And we've also been working the last few years to make sure that everybody worked in those areas of our business has an opportunity to relocate or go to spots within the organization. So we've worked very hard to try to work with our current staff to do that.
LP&L says about 12,000 customers, that's about 11%, have already chosen a new electric provider. This shopping window is open until February 15th. If you don't make a decision by then, you will be randomly assigned to a default provider. Our KCBD Investigates team has worked to answer additional questions about the switch to the competitive retail market. You can find that information on our website. Karen and Abner.
Thank you, Shaylee.